Now this is something. Mark Henry threatened Shawn Michaels. I don't know about. I'll be dumb if Michaels is trying to pick at Henry. How about that? It's on the Turnbuckle Times channel. See what this is, because that'd be pretty damn stupid.
You get this call from Vince, and then the next day you're flying up to Stanford.
Yeah.
Signed to a 10-year deal.
Well, it took about a 6-8 month period in between that first visit, but that ultimately is what happened.
But you're already, multiple times, you're the world's strongest man, 3-time Texas State. I mean, here's the thing. When you came in as the world's strongest man in 1996, right after the Olympics, they had red, white, and blue stuff for you, big marketing campaign. I was like, I get it. Dude's really, really strong. And I knew you were the world's strongest man, but until you really look on paper what you've done, it's flabbergasting to see the list of accomplishments. My point
He manhandled Vader.
with all of that accomplished, I can imagine you kind of walk in there with either a big hit or the fact that, hey, I don't give a shit about this.
That was hard. That was hard for me
Because it's a different step, and you're the monster among a bunch of big ass powerful men in your chosen sport, weightlifting and powerlifting, which is two separate deals that we'll get into. So where were you when you got in? Because after reading all this stuff, all the stuff that you did, I can understand why you'd be in a whole different mindset. You're training with the best in the world.
Yeah. I was still the world champion in powerlifting in '97, and I was the national champion in the same year in Olympic weightlifting, and I won 6 national titles leading up into the Olympics in Atlanta. And I got hurt, and that was the best shape I ever been in. And in the same calendar year, I did a 980-pound squat.
Damn.
I did a 903-pound deadlift, a 601 bench. I did a 501 clean and jerk, and a 402 snatch. No other human being walking this planet has ever done that. And I was told, you need to forget about all that and just absorb this and go on. That's like me saying, hey, you need to stop being black, you need to stop being Christian, and you need to become a vegan.
How about that?
Ain't no way. I can't do it. I can't do none of it. I'm never going to stop eating meat. I love meat. I'm a foodie. I'm a born and raised Christian. My grandmother and my mom would roll over in their graves if I switch religions.
That's called man food.
As far as me never being black, I'm one of the blackest black people you ever gonna meet. It just can't happen, Steve.
But when someone says, hey, leave all that behind you, it's like, hey, man, these are worldwide. You'll never.
It's what made me me.
So if you lose that, you lose your identity.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's also your gimmick. Or
right.
The attraction to the world's strongest man. Then from, hey, man, it's almost like taking
he was the world's strongest. That's not even a gimmick. That was for real.
Maybe if they said, hey, forget about it, leave it over here.
Leave it.
Yeah.
But that's not what I got.
Right.
And there was no such thing as a developmental wrestling system. You went to the Indies, you went to a territory, and you learned how to work. And they gave you baby steps of what you put the ring up. You drove, you went and got food for the boys. You went, you refereed, you run the business.
Running errands, yep.
You did everything around
to do that
the
stuff back
until
then.
you got brought into the business. It was not in the cards for me. They hired Dr. Tom Pritchard to train me specifically. Wrestling diet, 101 wrestling 101. And I went from being an anaerobic athlete to being an aerobic athlete, and people expected me to get it in a couple of weeks. I was a good athlete. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody
I remember the
that
thing
was
when
able
they
to do
dunked the
the things that
basketball.
I did,
That was something.
strength-wise, like I just told you, that could still run a mile in under 9 minutes at 375 pounds. That could have a 33-inch vertical. That could dunk a basketball with 2 hands.
That was rough.
Had 400 pounds. And all of the stuff that I did athletically, you tell that person that all of that, now nothing else exists but wrestling. and it was hard for me to do that. And also, I had this problem, not a problem with authority, but I'm externally motivated. I'm a reward-driven athlete. I believe that if you win and you do good, you get rewarded. I didn't feel like wrestling was loving me back at the time. I was doing everything wrestling told me to do, but still the boys used to haze me. I would do everything there was to do, but then when it came time for TV, I didn't get put on TV. So people say, "You wrestle?" Yeah. I never seen you on TV before. And I was like, man, I need to get on TV. Like, why am I not on TV? So you can't just walk in Vince McMahon's office and say, "Hey man, I've been doing this for like 6 months. I ain't been on TV." I did, my dumb ass. I didn't know better.
Yeah, Vince ain't
Nobody
having
told
it.
me. I didn't know nothing about wrestling other than the fact that I was a fan. And you take one of these fans out here and try to make them a Hall of Fame wrestler. That's not the way it works.
Who finally, was JBL and Ron Simmons ribbing you? I mean, like, who else was hazing you? Because, dude, you're one of the most powerful guys on the planet, and it's interesting anybody would even consider hazing you.
Yeah, he didn't like to be picked
When you
at.
came in, I was just coming out of the ringmaster gimmick. I was just now starting to kind of maybe get a little bit of established to Stone Cold. Knew they was going to push you heavy, once they got you up to speed. But I don't remember a lot of your beginning
The
years.
ringmaster was
doing
horrible.
The whole thing. Who was messing with you? And how long did it take for you to fit in with the wrestling crowd? Or the boys?
Well, it took me getting banished to Canada because I threatened to kill Shawn Michaels. Of course, they hid my crutches and when I broke my ankle, and I just was like, okay, this is it. Like it's over. I don't want to do this.
Somebody pisses you off, they piss off a real person.
Oh man. And
That's
so
bad
I was
business.
Like, man, you're 180 pounds, man. I'll kill you, man. It'd be unfair for me to whoop you. And he was like, "You threatening me?" I was like, "I don't think it's really a threat. I'm just like telling you like it is. Y'all need to leave me alone." And he told Vince, and Vince said, "Hey man, you can't threaten our top guys. What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Look,
Yeah,
man,
but
I just ain't used to nobody trying me. Like, if they want to try me, they got to be able to accept the consequence. No, damn it, you can't just be beating people up. It's not going to fix it. They trying to bring you in, but you pushing them back."
Yeah, but Michaels, oh boy. Going back to the thing with Michaels and Brett, you shouldn't be surprised because they said they had some words, and the next thing you know, Brett was beating the shit out of him. And unless the Road Warriors were lying, they said if nobody had stepped in, Brett would have tore him apart. So, and 3-4 people said the same thing. Said he would have got tore. Hawk Animal? One of them said he would have ready to tear him a new one. So he was sick of Michaels, and it had nothing to do with wrestling. They couldn't stand each other for real. So that wasn't they're talking about no damn wrestling match. They couldn't stand each other. But getting back to this, picking at Henry. Come on now, I don't know about being stupid. That's a bad idea, buddy. Yeah, that's just bad. That's just bad business.